Hey there, I am Veronica Isles, and today I'm going to be walking you through how to manifest an apology from any specific person. Basically, this goes in theme and in harmony with the recent topic I've been loving talking about, and that is getting someone to do exactly what you want. And in this case, we're going to make it extremely specific and manifest an apology. Now, this could be an apology in a love relationship. It can be an apology from a coworker that's been really unfair to you, or maybe your boss has not seen your full value or worth lately, or maybe it's a family relationship, your best friend, there was a misunderstanding. I don't care what it is. If you want to manifest an apology, you absolutely deserve it, and you owe it to yourself to align with that very outcome. Now, if you haven't enrolled in my free course yet, it's at studywithveronica.com, and you can also find my latest course, Get Someone to Do Exactly What You Want. 30 lessons, 30 videos, all for you to manifest those exact outcomes from the people in your life. So lesson number one in this crash course is really easy. How often are you imagining them apologizing compared to rehashing whatever the misunderstanding was, the moment of pain, the moment that hurt your feelings, the moment basically that you're probably fixated on, this idea of the disharmony, the pain, the frustration, you being let down. So tell me right now, how often you are imagining them genuinely apologizing and feeling bad versus that. I can pretty much guess you've probably been imagining more of the thing you don't want, because we tend to fixate on these things and feel almost like it's completely out of our control. But that's not true at all. You can, in fact, manifest this apology, and I know you would rather have just the apology come without you having to even do any work, but your inner state always matches what you're experiencing in your life, in your world, in your physical reality. So it starts from within. Everything is mental. Everything is mental. Look it up. Everything starts on the mental plane, in the imagination. So how often are you imagining, in full detail, the apology, compared to how often are you imagining in full detail the pain and the hurt and the heartache? So that's lesson number one. Okay, so imagining it is one thing, but receiving it is quite another. So, do you think this person actually wants to apologize? And if that feels too far-fetched, for example, whatever happened was too severe and they said awful things and they said, that they were glad they hurt you, etc., etc., do you think it at least stands to reason that this person could want to apologize, could potentially feel bad? After all, we as human beings, we want to do the right thing. We want to be good people. We want to feel proud about ourselves and who we are. So it does stand to reason that this person could actually want to apologize, even if they gave you no indication of it whatsoever. Just look towards general human nature. We want to be good people. We want to sleep at night. We don't want to be up with nightmares, with regret. Like, we don't want things to be unresolved. We don't want things to be unfinished. We like things resolved and in place, and we like to feel settled inside. So it could stand to reason that this person can actually feel bad and want to apologize and want to make amends. So step number one is checking yourself to ask, how often do I imagine the apology and how often do I imagine the pain? And then the next part is at least posing the possibility that this person could want to apologize. Okay, so next part is kind of checking your go-to statements about what you think this person is doing right now and how they are thinking about you seeing you, whether they think about you at all. This also is kind of a two-part deal in terms of self-concept, because if you see yourself as someone who has wrongs be made up to them, then it again poses evidence as to why this apology is inevitable. But let's start again with your go-to thoughts about what this person is doing right now. I mean, even if you legitimately know what this person is doing right now, and actually try not to look for actual evidence of what they're doing right now. Like, don't have your brother go check up on them or see what they're doing on social media or what they're posting on social media and somehow take that as an indication of how they feel about you and whether or not this apology is possible. So let's kind of detach ourselves from the current moment, because like all of those things are subjective. You could look at those things in all different possible ways. And we kind of want to give this person space anyway to make room for the apology, to make room for a new result. Because when you change from within, the other person has to respond to the new version of you. Thus, it makes room for the apology to actually come. Okay, so we are going to skip ahead a little bit. We're actually going to dwell a little bit more on this idea of a go-to statement about them. And if right now you're having a hard time assuming anything but this idea of them being glad they hurt you, then I want you to take a break from thinking about them at all, because we only want to do things that support the result of getting the apology. So just take a little bit of a breather from thinking about them. It's okay. They won't disappear from the planet. They won't disappear from your life. When things are unresolved, we tend to fixate on the person in question, but that isn't going to make things come any faster. It's actually only going to delay the very result that you want. So, go-to statements about this person and about what is possible. This is mindful awareness of what you're going to receive in your life. And this also goes along with self-concept. So mindful awareness of who you see yourself to be. Now, I'm sure many people have let you down before in the past, and there's been many apologies that you still have never received. The cool thing is you can start to actually see yourself as the kind of person who has wrongs be made up to them, wrongs be made right. And when you take this idea, you take this assumption, you actually pave way to receive apologies, even in situations that maybe you don't even care about anymore. So even situations from the past that you aren't even intending upon, because when it rains, it pours. So if you've set out to manifest an apology from a specific person and you end up getting an apology for something completely unrelated, that's actually a good thing. That isn't a slap in the face. That means you're on the right trail to making this work. But self-concept has everything to do with how you see yourself, what you think you're worth. And this has everything to do with an apology. Because an apology is basically having someone sincerely feel bad that they hurt you and wanting to make things up to you so that you feel better inside. So you are no longer suffering in a sense. And this really has to do with, do you think you're worth it? How can you better see yourself to be worth it? So in terms of manifesting this apology, I want you to do a lot of inner work too. How do you talk to yourself? Do you talk to yourself in your mind like someone who is assured this apology? Like someone who deserves an apology? How do you talk to you? Or do you talk to yourself in a way where you should really be apologizing to yourself because you talk so badly to you? You can't talk badly to yourself and then expect to receive an apology from someone else, because if you talk badly to yourself in a way where, like I said, you should really be apologizing to you for talking so badly, then if you're kind of reinforcing this idea of trashing yourself, how on earth is someone else going to apologize to you? It's as if you're vibrationally saying to the universe, I am nothing, by speaking to yourself poorly. I am nothing, I am nobody, I am worthless. And if you are reinforcing these things through your self-talk, how the heck are you supposed to be in vibrational alignment with receiving an apology from said specific person? See where I'm getting? So let's take it one step at a time and really get into the nitty-gritty of things. Kind talk to yourself, otherwise known as self-love, has everything to do with receiving an apology, because if you are not being kind to yourself, it's almost like saying, I am worthless, I don't deserve anything good in life, and I certainly don't deserve that apology. We're kind of silently communicating our self-concept, our vibration, through these particular activities we do. And the way you talk to yourself has everything to do with how people treat you in life. Because if you're not treating yourself good, how is someone else going to? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Do you see where there's no logic in that? So it is up to you to take the plunge. Talk kind to yourself. Now, there's so many different components to this. Even if you just do a little bit of what I've described, I bet you anything the apology will come. Maybe the apology just came through listening to this video and breaking yourself from the negative dialogue that you had been replaying before you started to listen to the ideas that I came up with. Maybe you already got the apology. All I know is the apology is inevitable for you because you deserve it, you are worth it, and that's why you landed upon this video. I am wishing you the best of days. StudyWithVeronica.com. All of the miracles in the world. Enroll in my free course there. Get someone to do anything you want. No, I don't think that's what it's called. Get someone to do exactly what you want. Maybe that's it. You know what I'm talking about. You want people in your life to do particular things. Today we talked about getting an apology, but you can manifest anything, any outcome from anyone, because it has to do with changing you, not them. Have an amazing rest of your day. May all of your dreams come true. They were meant for you.